run, don't walk to Peter Luger's for their power lunch special. Though after all the food I just ate, I don't think I'm going to be doing any running for quite a while. So this all started, and this is why I love like social media and, you know, community and whatnot. So I'm part of a Caesars Rewards Diamond and Above Facebook group. I put a post in that just saying, I'm going to Vegas, and, you know, where would you recommend I use my $100 celebratory dinner? Last time I did use it at a different restaurant. I wasn't really super thrilled with the result. Sort of left people kind of just do their thing. Had a few different options come up. Some people who didn't quite get the concept that it had to be a Caesar's place and had to obviously accept the rewards, you know, and everything. One place that kept coming up was Peter Luger's. Now, I'm not a meat eater, so, you know, Peter Luger's being a steakhouse, kind of thought, I'm not really sure how that's going to work for me, but people are like, you have to try their power lunch. Their power lunch is amazing, great value, this, that, and the other, great food, and kind of nod. We're sort of at one of our last days of the trip, and I realized I still had not used my celebratory $100 dinner, and we're like, okay, what are we going to do? And then we figured, okay, you know what, let's just try Peter Luger's. We're actually staying just across the street to Cromwell too, so convenience factor was there, that we could just walk over there, have an early lunch, and kind of start our day from there. Now, at the time of filming this, the lunch special does run from Wednesday to Sunday from 11:30 to 3:30. So you kind of got a perfect balance of having like a really early lunch, late breakfast type of a situation, or I guess like a late lunch, early dinner, depending on what you're in the mood for. The price is $49.95 per person, and I guess you could call it either a 3 or 4 course depending on how you look at it. Now, for their appetizer, you can pick one of 3 options. The first is going to be like a onion and tomatoes, which is basically what it is. It comes with a little bit of Luger sauce. You can also pick there's Luger sizzling bacon, which I believe is like a thicker cut bacon, or their Caesar salad. I opted for the Caesar salad as I'm not a meat eater. Cody opted for the onions and tomatoes, which I was really shocked by because he loves his meat, and the bacon sounded really good, so I'm surprised he didn't go for that. He did ask if they could add a little bit of blue cheese to it just because he thought it might make it a little more interesting, but it really did just come as described. It's sliced onions and sliced like thick tomato. He had it with the blue cheese. He really enjoyed it. I thought it was a little bit odd. I've never seen that. Apparently that is a steakhouse thing, which I was unaware of. So learn something new every day. Every day's a school day, as they say. My Caesar salad was good. Didn't come with bacon, which was perfect for me. I found it to be, you know, sort of plain. It was, you know, not overly thrilling, not overly anything, but it was just fine to kind of start the meal. I will also mention they do bring out a bread basket. The bread basket comes with, I think it was 2 just sort of regular buns, 1 like onion type bun, and 1 with like a fennel on the outside. They also will bring you out some of the Luger's steak sauce. The Luger's steak sauce is basically like a seafood sauce almost. It kind of tastes like that, I guess because of the horseradish or whatever else is mixed in it. It kind of gives it that like seafood sauce kind of flavor. It was good with the bread. It kind of gave it a little more, made it a little more interesting. The bread came out nice and fresh and warm. Obviously the side of butter, the onion bread was probably my favorite. Very oniony, very yummy. I don't know if that's going to be the same every time you go, but that was at least the sort of ratio that we had, and really enjoyed it. I will say the first rookie mistake we made was filling up on bread, you guys. When I tell you the food, the amount of food we got and the portion sizes, unreal. Now, I had seen a review that somebody else had made before where they said that they ordered this shrimp roll as their main, and they said it was very small. So I kind of thought, I don't want to get, you know, a tiny thing and, you know, be disappointed with it. So anyway, there was a few options at least to pick for my main course. Now I am cheating a little bit, but option 1 was the Luger burger, which is USDA Prime, over half a pound. You can add cheese for $1.95, or you can add bacon for $8.95. There's also grilled Atlantic salmon. There's a broiled chicken airline breast, Maine lobster tail, which I believe is an extra $30 a person, if I'm not mistaken. The crab cake sandwich, which has tartar sauce, lettuce, tomato, and on it a toasted brioche bun. Maine lobster roll, mayonnaise, lemon, toasted New England roll, and the USDA Prime dry aged 1 steak. Now this is I believe an extra $30 per person as well if you go that option. Cody did get the burger. Let's get to the next part too. So you also pick a side. There's only 2 sides available. You get a cream spinach or French fried potatoes, which are basically just thick cut fries. And then there's a dessert, which we will get into momentarily. So Cody got the burger. He added cheese for an extra $2, I think it was. So not a big deal. I ordered. I told our server. I don't remember his name. He was great. If it comes to me, I will let you know. But he was fantastic. I was torn between the lobster roll and the crab cake, being a seafood lover. He recommended the crab cake. Now, I was picturing something kind of on the smaller side because we had just been to another seafood restaurant in Caesars, and the crab cake I ordered was quite small. So I was kind of picturing something like that. But he said their crab cake was really good, so I opted for that. We also thought, for the sides, having the potatoes or the spinach, we thought it's like a cream spinach. We thought, let's get one of each and then we'll share. We can just put on the table and we can just pick up both. You guys, when they brought that food out, my jaw hit the floor. The portion sizes were unbelievable. Now, the sides alone, the fries, you got like a big bowl of fries. Or I guess potatoes as they wanted to call them. The cream spinach, again, a huge helping of spinach. Like, and when you cook spinach down, you can have a bag this big and you'll cook it down and it'll, end up being like this big. There was a lot of spinach in there. So again, was shocked. The food itself, again, the meals, the mains, Cody's burger was huge. He did use some of his blue cheese as well that he had left behind from his tomatoes, which he ended up dipping. But the burger looked great. You ordered how you want, which is sort of not unique for the States. We're from Canada, so that's something that we don't really get the option to. You order a burger, you get a burger. You don't really get to pick how you want it cooked. So I believe he did have it rare. I think they said it was like a steak chuck meat or something like that. So it sounded elevated for a burger for sure. My crab cake sandwich, you guys, was enormous. I want to say the crab cake was about like this big, was thick, and was very crabby. Like, I'm talking a lot of crab. Didn't seem like there was a lot of filler. There might have been a little bit of like onion, I think, in there, but otherwise it was mainly crab. And I don't know how they manage to do all this for the price. So you guys, when I saw that food, I almost had a panic attack. I really regretted eating all that bread in the beginning because the food was so good and there was so much of it. And I was like, how am I going to do this? And I don't know if you guys are the same as me, but when I eat too much, I actually get anxiety. So I was getting kind of stressed because I knew dessert was still coming. So I gave up eating my sandwich about halfway through, kind of took a breather, had some water, kind of some moving around. I watch some of those competitive eaters and I see them all kind of doing that. So I thought I'm going to do that. Hopefully it helps. And it seemed to help a little bit. So I did manage to finish the rest of the crab. Cody did try a little bit as well. So that kind of helped kind of beat it down a little bit. The the sides, the spinach and the fries, we ended up having to take home because it was just too much. Now, fortunately, we do have a fridge in the room, so that'll make for a great snack later. But yeah, the spinach was very creamy. It was nice. Like, I even said to Cody, we should put this on the fries and almost make it like into a dip because it just looked so good. The fries, you guys, the potatoes, were unbelievable too. Just so good. Such like the right amount of salt, the right amount of crispiness to them. Phenomenal. Then they asked if we were ready for dessert, which again is also included in the $49.95 price. The dessert is the Holy Cow Hot Fudge Sundae. Again, when I saw this thing, I almost had a panic attack. It was pretty big. Was basically like a vanilla ice cream as the base with like, I guess, hot fudge around the top. And on top of that, like a giant thick pile of like freshly whipped cream. And then of course, a cherry on top. There was also a little chocolate with a cow. It said Peter Luger on it, which I thought was kind of cute, very on brand. The chocolate kind of reminded me of like advent calendar chocolate, like not like amazing quality chocolate, but more so just for the show of obviously being Peter Luger's, etc. I gotta be honest with you, I didn't love the ice cream, but I think I was just done at that point. It was just too much food. Now the ice cream was kind of just like, it was just okay. There was a ton of whipped cream on top. I didn't even finish. Oh yeah, and like a candy type walnuts on top too. At that point, I just had enough. I could not fit any more food in me. I was done. I would definitely recommend taking it easy on the bread in the beginning, you guys, because you're gonna regret it. You're gonna regret it. So the bill came. Like I said, for each of us, so it was $49.95. Cody did add cheese to his burger, so that was an extra $2, I believe. And I was able to use my Caesars Rewards $100 dinner. So I think he said the bill came for like $2. We tipped I think we tipped $30. We tend to, especially when we're getting free things like that, we tend to try to tip a little bit more. I don't know why, if we just like a guilt thing that we're getting something for free, but even though we put a lot of money into the casinos. But anyway, that's nothing I want to touch on. If you guys are obviously using comps or things like that, make sure you are tipping on the actual amount of the cost of the item, not what you're paying, because obviously your comps are going to reduce the price or sometimes make it free. Make sure you're still tipping on the original price. If you're getting like $100 dinner, throw 20 bucks to the server or whoever. I mean, they're working hard for their money. You know, give them, make sure you're tipping generously. Now, the place in general, just the atmosphere, like it is located kind of toward the back of Caesars, right beside Bacchanal Buffet, pretty close to the pool area, close to Giada. I forget what the restaurant, Porto. I don't know, Porto. Is that what it's called, Porto? Anyway, near the Bacchanal Buffet. Ambiance wise was just your classic kind of steakhouse, like Las Vegas steakhouse. I actually felt underdressed, but they didn't make an issue out of it, which I was happy about. I guess because it was lunchtime as well. I just went in a t-shirt. I just changed into this for the video because I was like, I feel underdressed. Yeah, I wore a t-shirt and I was fine, but I would say maybe, you know, wear a golf shirt. If you're a man, wear a shirt like this or something like that. But that said, you can still probably go get away with anything, especially for lunchtime. Maybe for dinner, you might want to dress up a little bit better. And I will also give kudos for the bathroom situation. It's individual stalls. I love that. I hate when you go to the bathroom and it's just like you're, you know, got someone next to you struggling and you gotta listen to that, and it's just unpleasant. This was nice. It was like individual stalls, individual bathrooms. There was like 3 of them, I think. So it's perfect. Anyway. Was it worth it? 1000% it was worth it. Even if I wasn't using my celebratory dinner, yes, I would go again, you know, in a heartbeat. The food was amazing. The quality of the food was absolutely amazing. The amount of food is just unbelievable. I'm still shocked how much food we got, especially for that price, especially in an establishment like Peter Luger's. This isn't, you know, this isn't McDonald's. This isn't, you know, some run-of-the-mill whatever place. This is, you know, Peter Luger's. Been around since I think 1887 or something like that. So yeah, you're getting good food. You're getting good food. You're getting a lot of it. The service is amazing. The people in there are all great. You know, filling up the waters constantly checking in if you need anything, not pushing anything on you. Knowledgeable, will give you their opinion on things, which I do always appreciate. Like, you know, being recommended the crab cake as opposed to getting the lobster roll. So 100%, I would go again. It was amazing. This hands down will easily be somewhere that I will go on my Vegas itinerary going forward. Anytime we come back to Vegas, I will definitely make time to go to Peter Luger's for their power lunch. As long as they keep doing it, I really hope that they don't get rid of this, because to me, this is a great way to try some of these restaurants, to do these lunch specials, because obviously it's gonna be a lot cheaper than going for dinner. So it's a great way to try it. I mean, you can still go for dinner as long as you've seen how, you know, the quality, if it's worth it for the price and everything, you will not be disappointed. If you're disappointed, I will be shocked. It was good. It was really, really good. But let me know what your thoughts are. Have you guys ever eaten at Peter Luger's in Caesar's Palace? Would you go? What would you order out of all those things I listed? To me, the crab cake was great. I still want to try that lobster roll. So maybe when we come back next time, I'll try that lobster roll and report back. But let me know what you think. If I've missed anything, you guys have any questions, anything like that, please do not be shy, leave it below. It's really helpful to other travelers. They probably have the same questions that you guys have. It's also really helpful for me, because any interaction you guys have on my channel, whether you're liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, it all helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you're not subscribed, I see, please consider subscribing to the channel. Totally free for you. Really helps me keep delivering this free content too. I've got tons of Vegas restaurants and hotels and shows and all kinds of things for you guys to check out. So make sure you're subscribed. And yeah, I'm stuffed. I think I need a nap after all that. Once again, it's being on spot, right? Viva Las Vegas, Viva Caesars, Viva Peter Luger's, Viva the Power Lunch. And we'll see you in the next one.